welcome back again, my Blender streaming. So I guess it's been a while not streaming. I'm going to recap on my previous progress on my Blender project, Blender game projects. Well, for the AI of the goblins, we are going to turn off the music first. Okay, overall, as the plan is had in the video, I just started thinking that the game project on this Blender game is probably only on a PC rather than just using an Android, because Android I just started porting the game into a different platform like mobile is to completely remake the game. For example, like PUBG and PUBG Mobile probably has the same assets like characters and animation, but the gameplay mechanic itself, especially for the players, and the UI is totally different. Just make it from the beginning. So Android will be, I guess, I will port this into the Android using another which is supported very well and easily to publish the game. And the Android is actually for finance, not I think commercial purpose, rather than just in the PC version. So my plan for the PC version is probably I'm going to publish the game into a Steam publisher or maybe in the Blender Comics, something else like that. But that's going to be not as good as in terms of commercial finance. Going to be the best way to release the game. So I just improved the goblins. It has a aggressive warning distance and has a voice as well, and voice is terrible. I just morphed the voice from some of the game. And it's kind of a bit vibrated. It's not natural vibrated, it's from the changing voice itself. So let's fight these goblins.
I'll cut you.
Supposed to have a voice of the death. I mean death voice, but just to figure it out. The voice line itself is kind of very difficult to get. Some of them will be, it's kind of limited narration. Not, the combat will be the easiest one, but the others like detection and the death animation, the death voice acting is kind of a bit difficult to find. I mean the death I think is easier, but there is some issues on this goblin actually, so I'm going to spawn it once more. It has issues on I'm going to build this first, so I get add a new building here, call it the turning racks, so I can craft some arrows. So I just only have one wooden stick, will increase, and you each time we sing an arrows, added 2 arrows at once to prevent things kind of a bit easier to get with. Oh man, I think I'm respawning, random spawning. That was an accident. I mean random. Not intentionally active this one. So I just more.
Hey, I found it, but it hurts, damn it. Never mind. What the? Did I step in
So I have the new arrows right now and the quiver. I think I'm going to edit this quiver as well. I have one, I think 2 shots right now.
Hey, I found it. But I
That's the problem for the collision because I changed it, so it's kind of a bit lower.
Yeah, yeah. What am I gonna stay?
It has a collision animation right now. Let's kill this guy.
The best you got. The best you got. I can't wait to see you bleed out. The best you got. Come on, let's hang. I found it. Damn it. Yeah, damn it. That hurts. What the? Did I step in some? Hey, I found it. Damn it. Yeah, that hurts. I missed this. But it hurts. But it hurts.
Oops, my mouse. I'm just pressing at the chat.
Damn it. That hurts. Hey, I found it. Damn it.
I kept walking like this. I think I have to go to the chat right now. I think exit this. Okay, let's play the musics. Because I use the Windows mode, so the mouse cursor is kind of outside the windows. Okay, that's for the AI. Okay, let's open the Goblin business issues on the Goblin. I can fix this. Oh, it's actually a spear, but in reality it's small. Let's see. It's supposed to be small right here. Oh yeah, I can see it. It's around here. This is the side of the collision. So changing to the spear. It's yesterday I just set in the capsule. So if I just hit it with an arrow, so it can hit directly hit on the body. So because it's a match in the collision, but there's some issues on this capsule physics shapes, which is you cannot climb this sloping ground like this one. This cannot climb. So if I just press his, as you can see, it's still stuck below the sloping ground.
Come on, let's get.
It's still stuck. But if I change it into the only thing that can fix this is change into the spear or not using collision. You should default as a spear.
What the? Did I step in
So
something?
it can climb because it's a spear. But it has deficiency, which is the shape of the spear itself. I just managed to make it smaller. If I make it bigger like this, it will be has a collision on the players. Well, it's very close to the player because it's stuck. Let's go change with the dynamic here. As you can see, this is the spear radius. If I increase it, it will be as a collision distance, which is a little bit further away. So the animation works on the a little bit closer on this size of sphere, and this size of sphere is quite needed for arrow impacts or any projectile impacts as a characters. So if the size was equivalent, sometimes you just hit outside of his body shape itself, which is straight standing like this vertically, and if I just hit around here, it still count as a collision with the projectile, and it will be count as a damage into the players. So basically I just changed yesterday using as a capsule, so it will be, it kind of match with the character body shape itself, so it can hit much proper in any kind of projectile on the damage system. And that's the problem with this capsule, is it can climb. You can see it's stuck just below
Thought I
this
heard
sloping area.
What the? Did I step in some?
Can't climb,
What the?
so it's kind of a bit higher because I just changed the size of a spear. It's kind of weird. The spear does still works, but it cannot climb. This
Yeah,
is much
yeah.
higher than
Thought
the
I heard
previous one
something.
because I increased the size of a spear on the default spear spherical. So you just check this one and go to wireframe view. It's kind of float a little bit higher from the ground. Just you can see the foot and the spear diameter is a little bit further away. So I have to increase it like this. But if I hit my arrows around this area, which is I is aiming to the heads, it's not collide. This is a big problem with this one. So I have to make another collision on this one. This count as a copy properties, which is already in progress actually. Would I just mess it up with anything it's already done? So I just cancel this out. I just uncheck this one. No more absorbing damage. Just simply copy from the actual damage. Collision shape will be added later. Okay, let's talk about the game projects. This game projects will be released as in a PC platform rather than another platform like the Android. And the PC platform is kind of a bit difficult for commercial purpose. The best for commercial purpose is the Android, even though it still has a competition in there. You have to compete with a lot of game. But my idea was takes too much time to load the entire map, so I just added new water on the LOD. You can see there is a sheen over it because of the frame rate issues. But the LOD does work properly and match with the color of the actual main sheen itself, which is the higher resolution. Over there it's very lower quality than the main scene itself. So the project for the Android, I think I can port this game to the Android, but it's going to be remake with another software perhaps, because I did try it out to create I already learned about a few days ago about how to port this game together. It's kind of very difficult. I mean, it's not I think it's kind of remake. It's very difficult from better itself. I already learned about the game engine which is supported for Android, but there's some issues from the controller itself, and for example, I port this into the, and actually it has a blend of players in the Android, but the player doesn't seem has a control over the Android system itself. Maybe it's not. I'm going to play some musics. Not this music, the Scar musics. Oh, spawning elk. Oh, sorry. Frame rate issues on the camera. I think there's some of run out of the items, any items. Station. Oh yeah, the one more thing I did added swimming mechanics for the enemies or for the players. So where's the elk? They sit kind of bottom of the lake, still eating something. It's supposed to be floating in the. Oops. I don't know why he's chasing out from there. Somebody just scare him off. I don't know what it is. I think it's the goblin. Or did there's some plants on the stone. That's a little bit weird as well. So I'm going to release this game on the Steam, the easiest publisher, but it's kind of very difficult to gain some, to earn money from it, because Steam is, it's very difficult because of the marketing. They don't have any marketing, even though the game itself is still in the alpha, I guess. So I will run out of arrows, so I can't shoot anything, and even doesn't spawn any quiver. So I have to build again. I have to find some stone and stick to create a wooden and stone arrows. Maybe I should add a wooden arrows, it's very low damage. I think this is for next time projects, next plan. So the best way to release the game is for the Android in the financial. I have a, first of all, I have a good concepts, and like goblins, I have a good and this goblin is basic and it creates from zero. If you can see in my old video, especially on the YouTube and even Twitch, already deleted the other one. Already saved one of them. You can see this, the date of the video itself. This goblin is made from zero. It's made my own. Unlike the player of the characters, I mean the human characters for players. That's from another game assets. So I have a piece of art in this characters, and it can be ported into the Android platform and any other stuff like maybe buildings, and you have to create new characters. And the other character is created is the face. I have a concept on the characters, I have a mechanics building, so I have to study, learn more about the other game engines. Probably I'm going to create Unity engines for Android support, but Unity is not free. Even there is a free version of the Unity, but still lack of reference and good stuff for gaming. kind of limited version of software itself. And there's a term and condition as well in the Unity. If you want to sell the game on any platform, especially for Android, most people create Android games from the Unity, but some people use another way, which is a difficult one. From the basics, some of the game developer, the indie developer, create their own game engines as well, and that's too much time. So that's why I try to use the Blender. Blender is most commonly used, and people already has a huge community in it. So it's probably I'm going to involve in the community on the Blender itself. I'm going to release the game on the PC version first, as a not on the financial purpose, because it's very. I'm going to publish on the maybe some new website, maybe my own website, or maybe in the publisher like Steam. Not on a financial purpose, but on the marketing purpose. So I'm going to create a hype from it, and then try to port this. If I just create a hype, I'm going to port the game into the Android. So the porting to the Android will be different from the PC version, because the Android platform is a different control mechanics. That's the main difference, and the other is engine limitation as well. You have to decrease the quality of the texture, the models itself, etc. How to make the game perform very well, especially like the frame rate and any kind of calculation with the processing hardware itself. But that is the purpose of a financial purpose and commercial purpose, which is Android is the best because mostly used and easy to access by the most people, even for non-gamer itself. And the idea of my game is basically very simple. It's going to be age restriction, just like most Android games. There's no age restrictions in the Android game. Android game is mostly created as a mini game. The mini game is really able to play by any player's age, from kids into the elders, so older players. And kind of a bit late, before it's very late in terms of mobile platform itself. Mobile platform is kind of massive, even it's so massive, but it will be decline as well in the next maybe decades. But it has a little bit time for that. There is the view of intelligence prediction as well, science and intelligence in terms of mobile creation. Mobile production, and it's good, including the lifestyle of the future people. And it has a little bit time, but still will be decline in the next future or the next generations. But that's the only way they can do. And after that, the technology will be gone. But that's a different story. But today I'm stick with the technology, which is still required and still active for today's. Especially in the pandemics, I think correlation with the pandemics, where people stay at home and they just less productive outside, but they have to create something from within their house, in their home. And the only thing that some of prospect is gaming. instead of business online. So first of all, I have a knowledge on maybe not the actual knowledge, but just learning actually by myself about the gaming, indie gaming itself, of a game developer. I'm a 3D artist. I can create the art, 3D models, animations, and gamer as well. So I can see which game which is shoot well and properly publish. What type of game which properly publish, which is most people know right now, is a Toonish concept. It's like this goblin, which is very good. And then the issues from most game developers, the marketings. Okay, I'm going to fix that's a little bit talk about the project and the future projects. I already talked about it, so I'm going to create the quiver. I'm going to edit the quiver first. Maybe I'm going to disconnect it soon. It doesn't matter what it's all about. And then let's see things in infantry. I'm going to fix the quiver. So let's get started. Okay. And there's another issue from this. I think you can see the frame rate here. It is for AI. I think on these logic bricks, you can see the logic is only 1%. So I'm going to spawn the goblin right here. 3 goblins. It's the default random spawning. So this should be this random spawning. You can see the logic is increased into 10% and 12 because it's facing to the players. And no, there's nothing else. So if I okay, logic was increased even without any enemy. Also, what's going on in this one? I guess I have to disable one of the defense on the logic breaks, because if there is any goblins appear and then you see, there he goes, something going on. And I think because of a random spawner, the logic was so massive on this one. And this is not good actually. So if I just spawn in some goblin and then just facing into the players, performance you can see is still only 20%. I don't know what increases logic, still in searching it to find it. What goes of this logic is in the high peak. I'm not sure because of the random spawner or something else. Okay, there's a goblin. Now the logic is only 20% at most in highest peak. But if they just facing to the player, it will be increased massive. And if I just stuck into 100%, it will be decreased the performance for the entire game. You can see there's the 2 guys, 2 goblin facing onto the players. Now the 3 guys, all the goblin is facing to, and the frame rate is dropping to 10. This is the limitation of the game engine. So if I create a massive map like this, unless if I just using the previous before I go into the siege map. So if I just go further away, it will increase the frame rate, which is my maximum frame rate for now in this game. Only 45 frame rate per second. So you just facing to the players, because it has logic in it, it will increase. This is just one goblin and it's stuck at 50%. It's not good for gaming performance. let's go further away to the empty area. It's not included grass itself. The grass has a logic distance as well, including this, and the trees. Because the trees is massive, so the whole landscape is very huge. It's probably something to do with the random spawner, I guess. Maybe figure out how to manage performance issues on this one. It's like most other game. Some of the game using this facing to the players. It's gonna ignore it if there's any enemy encounter or any characters which is facing to the players, or search the target. So in the AI term is search the target. But now searching the target is kind of has no limits in it. Only works on 3, maybe 1, I guess. In my PC, just 1. I have to figure out this logic breaks to be below maybe 10%. Will be good, and then I'm going to fix the AI. I guess the logic breaks is too much on this game concept itself. I cannot. This is the limitation of an open world style game concept. I think the game engine is built for mini games, not an open world. Open world is pretty huge, especially for the landscape itself. Not to mention the AI. Okay, there's a problem with the landscape, I guess, because the landscape is still increasing to 30%. But if I just go here, not into the landscape, to the empty area of this one, you can see the logic is only 5%. That's what I'm hoping in the huge landscape. There's no logic bricks just attached into it. I will search it and fix the issues, so I can spawn many goblins I can. You can see that the whole goblin is facing at me, and it's only 20%. You can see the logics on the debug properties, only 14%, but the animation was increased recently. That's facing or searching the target. When you create, the animation is increased. There's a kind of limitation for animation. So that's why this game test map, or this small map, is very important for the next step or the next plan, how to improve the game itself, how to manage to fix this. You can see the frame rate is only 30 FPS. With 50% of the animation. Now let's see in the logics. 1, 2. The logic is still at 20%. Now they should do all of the vision. This is one of the glitch. I have to make enemy you attack in that distance. No. I have a bad time to lose. Even though the logic is only 20%, each of these characters independently AI and random itself. And random is supposed to be random. This two type of randoms is and global randoms. Global randoms can be very easy to digest, like time, day and night, like the actual time itself. I think this is the maximums of the artworks, so I cannot build a massive civilization like a town or even the city itself, unless the character itself doesn't have an AI. I think the animation is the limitation of this one, so I can see the animation is the highest performance in the game engine itself. The village at this type of this amount of characters, I think it's not. I think it's kind of town or something. Village will be count as a village, as a small village. So there's a characters village, there's a garden village, villagers. It's enough to just one village for the animation. As you can see, we're not including the AI projects. And most of this is the issues for many games. So there is some trick, like I think the Jurassic World Evolution, which is the massive AI. It counts that the AI is actually a clone or something like that. So animating crowd tricks is using the clone. So there is some sort of a same exact animation, and it's AI as a duplication in it, and it will be works and start at the same time. Some of the characters in the crowds, so it will be kind of duplication in there. And this is not independent. I mean, it's not duplication. I think it's very independent AI itself, AI characters, and that's kind of break the game itself. We create some sort of performance issues in many years, even though there is a next gen engine itself, but still it will burn the hardware itself. It's very calculating on the PC, and will be damage the PC, so it will kind of hang the game. It will damage the PC because too much heat, too much processing. So there's some sort of hardware issues in it. So hardware that's kind of very good on the high temperatures. Gonna heat resistance and the hardware and space. It's okay, sorry. They just talk idle chit chat, it's why using the randoms. Help. 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 Making for troubles. I'm safe right now. How many of it? I just got 10, 25, 20, I guess. 20 villagers, like most games. They just independently spawn for independent spawn characters. It's only 20. That sucks. Okay, that's enough talk for issues for today. We'll figure it out, and that's the limitation of the game engine itself. Many most game engines. So it's because it's not a duplication. I can create multiple crowds, maybe 1,000, or if there's a duplication, but this is not duplicative. Because independent processing. Okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm going to fix these whole things. Okay, see you next.